He woke from troubled sleep as a train pulled into which city he had no idea. Probably Auckland, he thought, as he saw the port and ferry boats. If he was in luck. Years ago, he had been a member of a Sufi group in London. The leader of the group, whose name was Jeff Gurd, had been part of a once famous folk rock group called the Four Green Fields in the 60s, but had given it up for the life of an aesthetic Sufi teacher, eventually retreating to Devonport near Auckland, where he lived in seclusion and devoted himself to studying the mystic symbolism of modern ballroom dancing and making homebrewed beer. Jeff lived in an abandoned scout hut perched on Mount Victoria above Devonport. It was in fact an old concrete World War II bunker which had been an anti-aircraft gun emplacement and had a magnificent view of the harbour below. As they walked around Mount Victoria, Agent Kupa asked Jeff if he knew the story of Juan Ponce de Leon, the Spanish explorer, who had discovered and named, amongst other places, Florida, which he came upon on Palm Sunday, April 2nd, 1513. He named it Pascua de Florida. He searched the West Indies for riches and the fountain of eternal youth, a legendary spring reputed to give people eternal youth and life. He found it in a sacred Indian spot called Eagle Springs, Florida, where he lived and died, aged 550, when the fountain began to slowly dry up and eventually disappear due to global warming in 2005. His life story, which Cooper had read, was written by Professor Lee Siegel in a book called Love and the Incredibly Old Man. Jeff Good turned to Agent Cooper and simply said, "You are lying," and pushed him over the edge of the cliff. As he fell, twisting and turning, time slowed down and he fell into another kind of reverie of the floating world.